But again, Mantis out early is, I mean, it's definitely a good item, and we do see pro players making a lot. But you gotta keep in mind that very early Mantis out like this, your illusions are very weak, and especially under the AoE pressure of Storm Spirit, of Lina, of Potom, those Manta illusions is just gonna die very quickly. So I almost think you're better off getting another item first. Maybe, especially on a Venomancer, maybe an Agaceptor might be a little bit better off in terms of comparing getting the Manta style first. And the Manta style doesn't help to increase your DPS all too much, considering that your illusions don't do quite so much damage because of the low level and low stats. Venomancer going wherever he goes is dropping a lot of Plague Wards, and that is the way to play that Venomancer, is dropping Plague Wards completely, actually everywhere for sight. And we do see a 357 throughout the entire game, shooting that Hawk around for last sight, right? So I'm gonna go to Scourge side real quick, and for the most part, wherever they're going, they have a huge amount of sight. Let me compare it to LGD. LGD, it does have the wards up the wazoo. My God, they have a lot of wards up, and this is a very good, I guess, good play by GX. And I mean, these wards is gonna be countered eventually, right? Especially these wards that are just sitting somewhere on the ground, but at the very least, they're forcing the Beastmaster to get those counters. So I mean, both teams doing extremely well with their map control, and I guess that is the reason why we're not seeing a lot of gank attempts. I mean, there's really no way you're gonna get ganked by this squad if if you're Venomancer and you see them, you're not gonna get ganked. So both teams having a lot of sight over the other team. That's why there's not much high action kind of a mid-game ganking attempt. And I totally don't mind this, because I'd rather see a better play game compared to just a sloppily play game, but yet a very exciting game. I'd rather see a kind of a tame game that don't have people dying left and right because they don't have map control. That's the personal reason why I like to cast more Asian games, because they make less mistakes. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we do see Potom actually finishing her BKB, so she's probably going to work towards her Manta style next. And now I believe Manta style is a good choice after one big item, especially this BKB actually giving her a lot of health, and that Manta style is actually another good defensive mechanism. And EHome, keep in mind that EHome is working under a clock, right? They're taking this very carefully, and they're taking this very slowly. But I'm not too sure whether the time is a little bit too late. They have allowed the Storm Spirit and the Potom to farm up their BKB. Keep in mind that I still believe that the Sentinel team does have better late game, so it looks like there is going to be arrow. Arrow does whiff, so I'm not too sure what they're going to initiate upon this here. There is going to be a roar, and there's going to be a silence going on. I don't think this was the best initiation attempt, and it looks like Storm Spirit is going to go in. They're going to focus down the puck extremely quickly. Storm Spirit is under pressure here, but he is going to be okay. They're going to focus on the Beastmaster next. Beastmaster is going to get picked off here. There is a lot of imperfect chain stun, but they are going to pick off the Storm Spirit regardless, and it's going to be a very hectic team fight. Laguna Blade is going to cast on a very low HP hero. These two carry heroes being duked out. Stormster does buy back here, so they are going to pick off the Venomancer. Arrow is going to get the kill, and Lion is going to go down as well. So with the successful buyback, they have basically got an entire team wide. And keep in mind that Puck had a Aegis in that fight as well, so that was another kill there. So I think pretty much, and very critically, there's a gem on the ground. I think EHome definitely has overextended their early game advantage, and they definitely had a huge early game advantage. Right now they still have a little bit remain to show this, right? They have 3 towers compared to Sentinel's none, exterior towers I'm talking about. But I think they're a little bit of over patience, if you will. It was a little bit of a little bit harmful to their late game play. I'm not too sure whether they. Oh, as we see a gank attempt here, Blink Daggers, a lot of great initiation coming from LGD, and I have to say, whenever they have a Storm Spirit, they are very active to look for those ganks, and I think with this gank attempt, they can actually push down this mid tower if they want to. I'm not too sure why they're not doing so. No, Storm Spirit is just going to be balling that invisible room, and he needs to mount it up very quickly right now. So yeah, they are pretty much going to get a very uncontested tower here. Yeah, in that last team fight, that Potom leapt in no, that Potom just walked in, and it was a very kind of weird attempt, a weird way to start out team fight, right? Generally, you don't start out team fight by having your Potom just walking into the enemy, especially walking into a swap or a primal roar. So I think EHome was a little bit of like WTF, what happened there, and the magic missile was late, and I think the puck blinked in a little bit too aggressively, and that caused. I mean, he didn't get his Dream Coil and his nukes over everyone, so that was a little bit too bad. And even if he cast his Dream Coil, there wasn't too much of team synergy in terms of having anything to follow up. Even if there's a really a perfect Dream Coil, the Scourge doesn't really have any big AoE that requires setup, right? Such as, you know, like a bolt or, you know, a TC Stomp or something like that. They don't have any kind of big AoE to require the Dream Coil. So even if there was a perfect Dream Coil, I don't think the Sentinel carried a little bit too much. And I gotta say, looking back and in retrospect, I gotta say this BKB was very smart, and I think it's gonna help her out huge in terms of staying alive, in terms of all these AoE burst damage, not AoE burst damage, AoE residual damage from the Venomancer. And I really, EHome's actually on the back pedal of things right now, which, I mean, still on the map position, it doesn't show like that, but I definitely feel that the Sentinel is having the better game right now, a better chance to win the game. So I think the pressure was a little bit of deleterious of their late game play, but still, again, this is EHome. I'm not counting them out at all. And Burning is actually doing, you know, a very good job in terms of farming. He is going to pick up the Aegis now, which I believe was a better choice, because Venomancer is, you know, as ironic as this sounds, Venomancer is your carry, so you might as well put the best item on him. And he is gonna be picking up a Eagle Horn, so he's gonna go very hardcore carry. I'm not too sure whether that is the best choice, because Butterfly isn't gonna help you out all too much against the, you know, a big part of the Sentinel DPS is going to be coming through burst damage, right? So there's going to be a Laguna Blade, there is going to be a Luminous Light green thingy, and, you know, Starfall, and of course Storm Spirit. So a lot of the damage is magical, so I almost want to say he's probably better off getting the Agamemnon Scepter. Of course, it also boosts your ultimate, but a big reason of getting Aga Scepter as well is for that extra survivability that it provides. So I mean, definitely offensively, I think the Venomancer is very good off with the Butterfly. Butterfly, in my opinion, is the best late game item, carry item, but definitely best late game item carry for agility heroes. Let me clarify that. I don't want to see, like, you know, like a carry Sven buying a Butterfly or something like that. But actually, Potom, very interesting choice going for Monair, or actually Maelstrom for now. Very interesting. I could have sworn it is gonna be the Manta style, but actually Maelstrom not too bad. Gives him a lot of attack speed, gives him a lot of great pushing power. So maybe they're a little bit of wary of that push coming in from EHome, and it definitely gives them a lot of magical damage. As I see a miss a gank on the top lane here, probably due to a Storm Spirit and a follow-up dagger from Shuriken to pick off. Was that Puck? Yeah, EHome Puck, EHome X's Puck. X not having a good game, which is really rare, because you generally see X playing extremely well. But I'm not too sure why there wasn't a push attempt on the bot lane either. They definitely knew that there were at least 2 heroes on the top lane, so EHome should have been pushing bot lane. Bot lane is extremely exposed. Maybe they're a little bit worried about initiation attempt. I think they're definitely okay trading these, you know, at least the top tower for this base tower. I'm not too sure. Again, EHome playing more passively than they should, and I think this is a strategic mistake. So basically, they have just gave up a top tower for absolutely nothing. Instead, they could have at least brought down this tower at the very least, or at least forced TP, so, you know, to save their top tower. So I'm not too sure what EHome's doing, but whatever they're doing right now is not a very good play so far. Actually, Beastmaster going for Vladimir's Offering. Not as offensive as the Blink Dagger, but definitely not a bad item as well. So keep in mind, they do have the Vengeful Command Aura already. So in conjunction of Command Aura and Vladimir's Offering, that's a lot of plus damage for the heroes, and it definitely is going to be very helpful to the Venomancer. But I mean, I'm not too sure. Maybe I think a Blink Dagger ult on a Potom, a Blink Dagger ult on a Storm Spirit is also helpful. Or I mean, if you want to go think the kind of the reverse psychology, right? I think they're content to have the other team to initiate upon them, which is looking at it, which is the more logical choice, which explains why Beastmaster went for Vanguard first. They know that the bottom, they know the Storm Spirit is gonna just initiate on them first, and there's really nothing much they could do about it. So they're content just to survive the initial barrage of the spells, and then just win after that. And last time we have seen, when these two teams met, last time we have seen this, and it really worked well for EHome. So maybe they're trying the exact same strategy again, but I don't think their hero is okay with it. Looks like we are gonna have another push attempt. This push, I mean, this is just a strictly 5v5 push, because no one has really a big advantage here. As we see, the glyph is being popped, and let's see if they're gonna focus on the Vandmaster. Arrow whiffs again, but this tower is gonna be going down, and arrow does go down to burning. So at the very least, they have gotten a tower for free. We do have an invisible Beastmaster, and there is a swap on the bottom immediately. BKB is casted, but why was there no ult? Should be ulting here, but no, he is gonna ult 40. Oh wow, what a quick electric vortex, actually dodging or at least delaying the roar there. So really well played by YYF, and they are gonna pick off this. Oh, they are gonna pick off the Beastmaster. They are gonna pick off the Puck. Puck is gonna blink out, I believe. Should be able to blink out. Oh no, he is gonna get oh no, phase again, and he should be able to blink out this time. There we go, blinks out, and should be able to live to fight there. So Slayer actually bought back. I'm not too sure why he needed to buy back. Meanwhile, the Lion blinks out as well. So that was extremely well played from Sentinel. Very interesting choice by 357. He actually waited the storm to come in. He wanted to roar the storm. That's why he despite the bottom being extremely low HP, they let her just basically, they didn't really focus on the bottom, which very interesting choice. Yeah, they definitely waited for the Storm Spirit. And Storm Spirit, YY just had some quick finger at the moment. As soon as the Rexar popped out of his Invis rune, he was immediately electric grabbed. So I don't even know how he was capable of doing that, but I mean, at the end of that team fight, Storm Spirit has a Hex now, so I mean, this YYF Storm is getting scarier and scarier. But meanwhile, LGD does have a thing to worry about, because they have their mid racks is extremely exposed right now. So if they lose a big team fight, close to their racks, that is pretty much it. They're probably going to lose at least the mid racks, and most likely into a different lane as well. So EHome, I mean, they're a little bit behind. I have to say that they're definitely a little bit behind considering that last team fight, but they are really persistent. They're really persistent with this push. Puck does have a Hex Tech of his own. Meanwhile, Line have a Blink Dagger BKB, so very well farmed players from all teams. And looks like Burning does have his Butterfly coming in. Yes, that is his Butterfly coming in. So really, we're probably gonna. I mean, this team is as stacked as we'll ever see. So once that Butterfly is gonna be coming, I think they're gonna mount a big suicide push. Maybe not suicide push, but they really probably want this Ancient War here. Meanwhile, Sentinel sitting very good, despite having been pushed upon. Their bottom is actually farming extremely well. Bottom is a Maelstrom and a Yasha, so he is going to go for a BKB now, which I really love this item. A long range arrow is going to hit on and they are definitely going to go for the Beastmaster. I think that was a really horrible choice for EHome, just actually standing there, and really, this is just cleanup duty at this point. Bottom doing a lot of DPS, and Puck is not going to live to fight another day. He's just delaying it, and actually, oh wow. Actually, Puck is gonna be okay. Meanwhile, Lion okay as well. Lion's gonna be initiated upon by an arrow and a Dragon Slave and whatnot. But meanwhile, Venomancer staying around a little bit too long for the party, and he is gonna die as well here. A Dream Core being casted, so doing whatever he can to rescue for this Venomancer. Venomancer does go down though, and he does have Aegis, and I think he is gonna get changed under that. Keep in mind, there is a Hex. Oh, there is a Hex, there you go. And there LSA to follow up. Is there Laguna Blade? No Laguna Blade. Oh, Stormster actually going in a little bit over ambitious. Does trade his life though. Kind of gave up his life for absolutely no reason there, because they were definitely going to get that Venomancer for sure. But again, that was a little bit of a thing that EHome was a little glad about. But I think they are definitely in huge trouble at this point. Again, no racks being taken down. They didn't even do much damage at all to the mid racks, and they lost another yet a huge team fight. So any team fight, I mean, this bottom is level 18. She